Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be having a discussion tonight on my channel regarding electronics. And my topic for tonight is to show you how to solder connections in electronics. Okay? I will discuss what's the thing needed in soldering in electronics. Okay? Number one, you should have a soldering gun. This soldering gun is rated 60 watts. Actually, I got some other soldering guns over here. I think this is just maybe 10 watts. The soldering gun is to remove parts and the electronic board. That's why the tip is very sharp. Okay? This other one is also used for soldering things in the circuit board. I think this is rated 20 watts. But for the meantime, what I will show you tonight is the 60 watt soldering gun. Because my illustration for tonight will be the soldering techniques and how to make connections in electronics. Okay, so we should have a soldering gun. This is rated 60 watts. Okay. The next thing you need is a variable control where you plug in your soldering gun so you could actually control the current going in. Okay? Clockwise will be maximum. You go counterclockwise, that will be 0. So as you go counterclockwise, actually you are increasing the current to the soldering gun. Okay? The next thing you need is a convenience outlet. This is a convenience outlet. It's lighted already. So I will plug in this one. Okay. The LED marking got red already, meaning it's on. So I want to expedite a little bit the heating up of this one because I want to show you how to make connections and electronics the proper way. For those who don't have knowledge yet on the proper soldering, I will show you how to do it. Okay. The next thing you need is you should have a what they call this holder for the thing to be soldered. Okay? These are just clips. Because later on I will show you how to connect this one the proper way by using the soldering gun. The next thing you need is you should have a solder. This solder here is I think rated something like a 4060, something like that. 4060. That's why this is very thin, because these are used in the circuit boards of electronic circuits. But in the connections, you could still use this one. There are some bigger ones to expedite the getting of the solder here, but for tonight, I could use this one. I will do it gradually, okay? What's the next thing you need? You need a soldering paste. A soldering paste is just like a paste that you should place on the things to be soldered. Okay? And so with the other one. Okay? What's next? The next one you do is for these wires to be, it got insulation. So if you got sandpaper, you try to sandpaper this one so the connection will be good. Because if there is an insulation, the solder could not penetrate the insulation. It should be a bare wire where the solder will make a good connection. I sandpaper this one already. So actually I remove already the insulation on the wires. This is multi-wires. Right? Let's see if this soldering gun is heating up. The proper way how to know if this soldering gun is heating up is to get your solder and place it at the tip of your soldering gun. Okay? As you notice, it is smoking, right? there are some splatter of solder here, so try to wipe it off with some like a cloth which is damp. Okay, okay. You see, it got solder already at the tip part. This is not yet so hot, so I will make this hotter. You know, the proper way to make solder connection, good solder connection, is actually to heat up the things to be soldered and try to put some solder as it heats up. Okay, let's do this. We cleaned already the wire, right? We put some soldering paste. So if this is hot already, as you notice it, oh, it's smoking, so it's hot. What we do is we heat up this one. Try to heat up. You see, it's smoking. Right? If it's hot, try to put some solder in it. So the solder will be absorbed by the heat on the wire. Okay? As you heat it up, put some solder. You see? The solder is being sucked by the wire that's hot. If it's not hot, the solder will not stick to the wire and it will not connect the wires. So we could do it more. Okay? You see? It didn't connect. You see it? It's connected already. While this is being hot, it got some splatter of solder at the tip, so try to clean it out. So the next time around, the tip will be clean, right? This is a damp cloth. Okay? If you are not using your soldering gun, try to minimize your current by turning the controller counterclockwise. Okay? I think this is not yet connected. So actually, we could do more, right? You see the connection now? Okay? It's connected already. This is hot. If the wire to be soldered is a little bit big, it takes time to make the connection. Okay? So this is done. I will show you a smaller connection and we could do it abruptly. Okay? This is done. What's next? I want to connect two resistors over here. Two resistors. So the proper way to make the connection, just make a clip clip turn at the far end, okay? Then try to clip them with each other. Okay. It takes lots of patience to do some electronic job. If you do it lousily, the connection will not be good, right? And the circuit might go on and up. It should be a loose connection. So in here, I heated up already my soldering gun, right? We'll do this one very fast because the wire to be connected is very short. Then I think the wire is clean. You don't have to sandpaper it. Then try to mix, put some soldering paste in it, right? You put a soldering paste. Then try to check if your soldering gun is still hot. See, so it's hot. It's smoking, right? I think we are ready to solder this one. You heat up the connection to be made, you heat it up. Okay? If you think it's hot already, put some solder. Okay? We heat up the connection, then we put the solder, sorry for that one, on the connection. So the solder will be sucked by the hot material, the thing to be connected. And this is done. It's very fast. See? If the wire to be connected or to be soldered is small, it takes very small time to solder it. Unlike the first one, we heat this up thoroughly before it will be connected. Right? This is a bigger wire. For smaller wires, like we are making connection on the circuit boards, we do it like this. Okay? We heat up the job to be soldered, then we put some solder, and the solder will be sucked by the heat of the connection. If the connection is not hot enough, it will not suck the solder, so it will not make a good connection. The proper way is that as you put the solder, it should be sucked by the material to be connected. If it is being sucked, you got a big good connection. That's the proper way how to make a good connection in electronics. Okay? I think that's just more than good enough for tonight. I've shown you how to make a solder connection by using a soldering gun and the current control. We know the current control. You should have a holder, something like this. Okay? You clean the material to be connected, put some solder, heat it up, then splatter some solder. Then if the solder is sucked by the connection to be made, that's a good connection. Okay? If it's not too hot, you will not make a good connection. It should be hot enough for it to be sucked, for the solder to be sucked, for the connection to be good. I think that's just more than good enough for those who don't have any knowledge on how to make connections in electronics. The proper way how to use this one, okay? Don't kill yourself because this is actually live circuit already. This is hot. This is hot. Okay? We got I put this up already. We got a current control over here. This is an electronic current control. Okay? So actually you can maximize or minimize the current going this. If you are not using this one, try to minimize the current so you will not burn the tip. If you are using and you need more heat, you try to maximize so the heat will be needed immediately, then do your work immediately. Okay? As soon as you are finished and you are not using this one, try to minimize your current. That's the use of this. For the tip of your soldering gun to last longer. Okay? That's the proper way how to use a soldering gun and how to make soldering connections in electronics. Okay? This is David De Los Reyes. If you like it, guys, please click like. If you want to share it, please click share. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, this is the component of my channel that deals with electronics. Okay, because I do alternately calculus and electronics. But for tonight, it is electronics. Good night, Los Angeles.